Hello everyone, it's Jackie and I'm back again. Very here and there these days, but that's my life at the moment. Things keep happening, but we're all good at the moment. So we're going to have a go. I'm a bit rusty, very rusty. I've just had to try and work out how I made this, but we're going to have a go at this little Craft With Me ephemera holder. So we've got two pockets, we've got a tag in the back here, and some bits of ephemera and another little pocket here. So I am going to start with a piece of card which is 3.5 by 6.5, and then on the 3.5 side I've just shaved off a little smidgen, just about that much, so it's slightly less than 3.5, so that when I put this piece round, which is 3.5 by 7, I believe, 3.5 by 7, hopefully it'll fit exactly. It may not, we might have to recut that, but we'll see as we go along. So the first thing to do is to cover this tag with some book page, front and back, and this one I want to cover just one side of that to start with, the outside. So I'm going to do that with glue stick, then I'll be back. Just to say, the way I do this, so I've put glue stick on one side of the tag here, or the piece of card, and before I do the other side, I'm just going to cut the top and the bottom going to cut it like this, so that it just makes it easy when you're trying to trim the other side. So I've done that side. I'll keep you with me. You can just skip on if this bit's a bit dull. I just think watching somebody glue is a bit like watching paint dry, really. Go. Just fold that over, glue that side down. Let's just get rid of that glue. Just let that dry for a few minutes, then I'll trim this side off, and I'm going to do this side on this paper. Okay, so you do need to let your glue dry, really. So I've got my piece, this piece, and I've just rounded the top two corners. I've got a pocket piece which measures 3.5 by 3 5/8, and I've zigzagged across the top of that. That's going to go on there. And I've got this little cigarette card. These measure 1.5 by 2 3/4. So if you haven't got any cigarette cards, you can make something similar size. And this is going to be a little pocket here. On the original, I had it this side, but obviously I don't want to cover that up. So I've just done a straight stitch down here. And what I'm going to do now is just pop a bit of glue in the corners here, just so that I can position it. And I'm going to stitch that on around 3 sides. Then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to glue the corners here, pop that on there. Oh, it's not sticking very well, that's funny. Yeah, do the same, tack the corners on here. This, obviously I just shaved a little bit off this pocket as well to match the sides of this. And then I'm going to stitch, straight stitch around the edges there. So I hope that all makes sense. You have to do it in stages. Zigzag across the top of the pocket, straight stitch down the front of this little pocket, tack it in place, pop it on here. No, sorry, straight stitch round here first, then tack it on there and straight stitch round that edge. And then on this piece, which is your other pocket, you're going to just line with book page the inside of the front piece of this, and you only want to glue up to the fold, not over the fold. So let me go away and do that, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've stitched around there, and I've just flattened my stitching like I usually do, and I've also stitched around the front, the flap piece. The next thing I'm going to do is glue these together so that I've got a pocket on the back, and I'm just going to use this wet glue and very thinly glue these 3 sides, so the 2 sides and the bottom. Pop this in. You can see that mine fits really well. Before you glue, just do any little bits of trimming that you might feel necessary. Mine's all okay really. I'm just going to hold that for a minute. I think the reason this glue isn't holding is because I've actually put a different glue in this art glitter glue bottle. I've just remembered. I've just got an ordinary PVA in there. The art glitter glue sort of grabs really quickly. This one is a good glue, but it doesn't grab quite so quickly. So I've just messed that up very slightly, so I'm just going to shave that off there. Probably be easier with a craft knife, to be honest. There we go. And basically you've done the majority of it, except luckily my glue didn't grab. Oh, Jackie. Okay, so I'm going to leave that in just so that you know I do make mistakes quite a lot. I've got this rubber which should just get some of that glue off there. Could you all see me doing that? Were you all shouting? It'll still work. Yep, I can't see any glue, so let's start again. I need to buy some more art glitter glue. Although, if I'd have used art glitter glue at that point, I'd be starting again from scratch. But I think we've got away with it. Where's my coloured bit gone? Oh, dearie me. Okay, so now we're going to do a front image on here, and I'm using these sample Polaroid images for this one. If you haven't got those, don't worry, I'll show you in a minute a book page version. I've just cut this as is really, except that I've taken the bottom off. So I've just cut and then in here I've just done it like that. Bit of ink along the bottom there to match the others, and then I'm going to stitch around that and sew it on, probably something like that. On the original I've put a label here. I think on this one I might put the label at the top, so I don't cover up the flower. So I'm going to stitch around and glue that on there, find a label and put that on. And then I'm going to make the tag for the back pocket, which is, this front image is 2 5/8 by 2 3/4. Tag for the back pocket is 3 by 6. So this also needs covering with book page in the same way that we did this one. And the image I've got for that is this, and I shall cut this down. This is also sample. I'll cut this down to 2.5 by 4.5. Probably mount this onto some cream card or cream paper and zigzag round. So let me go away and do that. This is going to have a little tag top like so. Sorry, I'm never sure how much you really want to see of all of this. So let me go away and catch myself up, and then I'll be back. Okay, so we're nearly done. I've made the tag. I've covered both sides with the paper. This is, so I stitched the image onto some cream paper and then glued it onto the tag. I've gone around the edges. I've put a tab on the top, and I've rounded the corners here. I always quite like doing that. It just helps things slide into pockets. So that fits into the back pocket. I mean, obviously you could put an image on here if you wanted to. I might add a photograph or something, we'll see. So basically there's the finishing touches to do, which I will come back to. I've got an eyelet here on the original with a bow, which looks quite pretty. I'll probably do the same on this one because of the pinks. I think what I'll do is come back and do the finishing touches with you in a minute and show you the others that I've made alongside this one while I've been doing this, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so I had to have a little break. I'm not quite sure where I got to with this, but I'll just show you the finished ones. I've just followed the same pattern with all of them. So this is the original that I showed you, my prototype. This one is the same, using the sample images. I have to take that off to get that out. And obviously you can put whatever ephemera you like in there. So those two, same. And then I went for a more yellow theme, and this is a fussy cut on this one. These pockets are made from some 6x6 scrapbook paper. I've added an image on the back, a photograph on the back as well, and the tag is just a whole book page image, so you don't need digitals, you can do it from books. This was a book about roses, I cut that from. And then I decided to do a flower fairy one. So again, I've done fussy cutting. And the back again, I've just taken an image from the book. So that's my latest tag sized ephemera holder. I don't know what else to call it really. And I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.